Hi, what's going on, everybody? Welcome on into the channel. Today I'm taking a look at Kog'Maw for the very first time, the Mouth of the Abyss. Now, I've obviously seen Kog'Maw just, from obviously other reactions or just playing TFT, but I don't actually know anything about Kog'Maw's lore whatsoever, so that's what I'm going to be finding out today by taking a look at the biography, story, taking a look at skins, abilities, the wiki, and then ending off with the voice lines at the very end of the video. I'll have everything chaptered out, so if you're particularly interested in a specific area, I will have it all at the bottom for you. All right, everybody, let's dive right into Kog'Maw. Go ahead and grab a snack, grab a drink. Let's go. All right, let me start off with the usual biography here. So our quote is actually from Tryndamere, which says, "If that's just hungry, I don't want to see angry." Okay, so wait a minute. Do we actually have Tryndamere as a... Well, okay, so Tryndamere is not a related champion, but this quote obviously tells me that Tryndamere has seen Kog'Maw. Maybe I'll find out why or when or however that happens. Role as marksman, region the void, of course. And our paragraph says, belched forth from a rotting void incursion deep in the wastelands of Acathia, Kog'Maw is an inquisitive yet putrid creature with a caustic gaping mouth. This particular void spawn needs to gnaw and drool on anything within reach to truly understand it. So is it like a baby void? Though not inherently evil, Kog'Maw's beguiling naivety is dangerous, as it often precedes a feeding frenzy, not for sustenance, but to satisfy its unending curiosity. This is literally, okay, this is actually like a baby of the void or something that has no idea what it's doing, but it's actually just like kind of being evil because it's just like an evil thing. I don't know. I guess I'll learn more. All right, related champions, we have Malzahar, Kha'Zix, Cho'Gath, and Vel'Koz. I've done a reaction to all of those champions already, so go check that out if you haven't already. All right, the paragraph or the biography. Yeah, it is just a couple paragraphs. Usually the void don't seem to have a crazy long biography. That makes sense, I guess, though. Okay, when the prophet Malzahar was reborn in Acathia, he was led there by an ominous voice, which thereafter anchored itself to his psyche. From within, this voice bestowed upon him terrible purpose, and though Malzahar was no longer tormented by its call, the voice did not cease its unrelenting summons. This baleful beacon's gentle flicker, now fastened to Runeterra, drew forth a putrid beast that ambled across a threshold it did not understand, widening a fissure between the spaces which were never meant to meet. There, amongst the haunting ruins of Acathia, Kog'Maw manifested in Valoran with unsettling curiosity. The spark which led him to Runeterra teased him still, urging him gently towards Malzahar. It also encouraged him to familiarize himself with this new environment, to the stark horror of everything he encountered on his journey. The enchanting colors and aromas of Runeterra intoxicated Kog'Maw, and he explored the fruits of the strange world the only way he knew how, by devouring them. At first, he sampled only the wild flora and fauna he happened across. As he traversed the parched Tempest Flats, however, he came upon a tribe of nomads, and he was curious what they tasted like, I assume. Seemingly unhampered by conventional rules of physics, Kog'Maw consumed every nomad and any obstacles they put in his way, amounting to many times his own mass and volume. The most composed of his victims may have had time to wonder if this was due to the caustic enzymes which stung the ground as they dripped from his gaping mouth, although such musings were abruptly concluded. Even this feeding frenzy did nothing to satiate Kog'Maw's appetite. His swath of destruction continues still as he is inexorably drawn towards Malzahar. What happens when he finds him is anyone's guess. Oh, okay. Very interesting curiosity there of obviously being drawn towards Malzahar and just devouring literally anything on his way, basically. Kog'Maw, what an interesting, again, I don't think we give Riot enough credit for how unique the Void are, I think. The Void, in my opinion, looks so unique, every single one of them. They all seem to have very different personalities. They're not alike in any way, obviously, except for being the Void in purple, I guess, would be the other thing. So, okay, there is no story for Kog'Maw. I have been getting used to the Void characters only having a couple paragraphs for the biography. I guess the next thing to move into is his abilities. Let's learn about this gaping mouth and I guess all these enzymes, but let's see what Kog'Maw can do. All right, let's look at the ability page. We got Roll, Marksman, Mage, difficulty, medium. Okay, Acathian Surprise is the passive. 4 seconds after dying, Kog'Maw explodes, dealing true damage to surrounding enemies. What? Hold on, let me see this. Oh, so you get to control him when he's dead. When you die, you literally keep controlling Kog'Maw And you can like go move him towards people to go explode or something. Team fight, I could see that being like obviously really crazy and you could get in there and maybe get an explosion. I mean, highly skilled players, I imagine, also are able to dodge this. But I mean, when there's a lot of chaos going on, maybe you can get that off. That's an interesting passive. Okay, he's just literally like all acid apparently. Caustic Spittle. Q, let's see it. Okay, so it's basically like an acid throw up. Acid shot, essentially. Kog'Maw launches a corrosive projectile which deals magic damage and corrodes the target's armor and magic resist for a short time. Kog'Maw also gains additional attack speed. Oh, that attack speed must be nice. Next up is Bio-Arcane Barrage. Okay, so it's a different kind of liquid here, it looks like. It's a different color. Kog'Maw's attacks gain range and deal % of the target's maximum health as magic damage. So magic damage specifically. Next up is Void Ooze. Ew, that one's even bigger. Okay, and it goes in a direct line and like it lingers after. Kog'Maw launches a peculiar ooze which damages all enemies it passes through and leaves a trail which slows enemies who stand on it. Okay, so this one slows people. That's what it looked like. And last but not least, the ultimate is called Living Artillery. No way. So he does like orbital shots of his acid. Okay, Kog'Maw fires an artillery shell at a great distance, dealing magic damage, increased significantly on low health enemies, and revealing non-stealthed targets. Additionally, multiple living artilleries in a short period of time cause them to cost additional mana. Okay, so it does say at great distance. Obviously, I'm seeing it just here like this, right in the same lane. But based on that, it makes it sound like he could do it like from bottom lane all the way to top lane or something. Is what it kind of sounds like. You guys will have to let me know about that one in the comments. Okay, I guess he looks pretty fun in my opinion. No movement abilities on him though at all, really. Like there's nothing that actually, like he has no way of like getting out of like bad situations or anything, it doesn't seem like. But you know, all of his attacks are ranged. I don't think he has a single melee, right? And so he's obviously always going to be at range. And his abilities seem to do armor and magic damage, which is nice. And was there true damage or anything like that? Maybe. All right, guys, let me know how Kog'Maw is in the game and how he is in the current meta. I don't ever hear anybody talking about Kog'Maw. So maybe, you know, nobody's like, oh, I'm a Kog'Maw main, right? I don't know. I never hear it. So you guys let me know in the comments if you are a Kog'Maw main, how you like Kog'Maw now, and all that stuff. All right, folks. So I'm pretty sure, honestly, like the only cinematic that I can find is literally like the Wild Rift trailer that just came out a couple months ago. Just a gameplay overview of the Wild Rift of Kog'Maw. There's no login screen from what I can tell, and I don't think Kog'Maw's in like any actual cinematic. So here we go. Let's just dive right into this. Here we go. 2 minutes. Well, he just seems like a jolly fellow. Oh, was that his voice? Whoa, hold on. He looks kind of big here. Did he like... Okay, yeah, I was going to say, he looks... Oh, okay, he got enlarged by Lulu. I was like, what's going on here? Why is he so big? Feeding time. Ooh, okay, so I'm getting a little preview of the voice lines. I do like the font and everything that they've done here. Reject Spittle dealing magic damage. Reduces enemy armor and magic resist. I mean, that's like kind of the best part of that, no? I feel like. Empower basic attacks, gain bonus attack range, and deal bonus magic damage. Yeah, the fact that he does magic damage, he reduces armor, like, I feel like that's what makes Kog'Maw important for the team. Passive, gain attack, bonus attack speed. This is the ult. Now, are they going to show me the ult of him doing it in like a whole nother lane? Shoot acid at area granting sight. Okay, fair enough. Deal magic damage. Low health enemies take extra damage. Okay. Rapid subsequent shots cost additional mana. So yeah, so it's just relying on your mana there. Feast on your enemies. All right, let's see all of this combined. Oh, doing the artillery right there in the middle of like a team fight. I guess that makes sense. Oh. Wait, what? Wait, does his tail actively have like a mouth like that? Or is it just for this skin that I'm seeing here? I was gonna say, I don't think so. That's kind of a cool skin. So that skin actually has like a mouth for it and everything. All right, so that went really fast, I feel like. But anyways, you guys let me know how Kog'Maw is. How does he feel in Wild Rift even? He just got released into Wild Rift a couple months ago, I think. I'm assuming whenever they do these gameplay overviews, they just added this character to Wild Rift. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're just like going through and doing these trailers as time, as they have time. But yeah, let me know how Kog'Maw is in Wild Rift. Let me know how he's in League. Who is he comparable to? Or is there another person that just does his role better? And you guys want to see like buffs for him, or if he's too OP and he needs some nerfs. Let me know all about that in the comments. All right, let's take a look at Kog'Maw's skins in League of Legends. Here we go. So we're taking a look at Shanghai Scrolls Kog'Maw. Oh. I got a glimpse of that one a little bit earlier with the tail. And then here is the splash heart. Ooh. So yeah, the tail literally has a mind of its own for this skin, which is interesting. That's kind of cool. I think it's a creative aspect that they added. Or maybe Kog'Maw is just controlling his tail, right? And it just happens to have sort of a face. All right, so what's different? Okay, so we got like the Shanghai Scrolls effect in the acid, caustic spittle, whatever. I like the color of his eyes in this. I'm just like staring at his eyes. His eyes go kind of crazy. There's the artillery, okay. Mostly like blue-green colors, with a hint of like a yellow or orange. Okay. We saw the recall. Ooh, is this his explosion when he dies? Hahaha. Okay, so he does change color for this skin. I wonder what he actually does in the original. What is this? Zapmaw? Wait, is he like a Pokemon in this? It almost looks like he's a Pokemon. Okay, Zapmaw. Let's see it. Literally, this is a cool skin. He's looking like a giant like Raichu or something, basically. Actually, there's so many like electric Pokemons nowadays that he's probably looks like one of the Pokemon that I don't know about, because I really only know like Gen 1 and maybe a tiny bit of Gen 2. So if he does look like another Pokemon, you guys can let me know. Okay, there's like electric design on the outside of the runway there as well. This looks cool. I mean, the electric like aspect to all of the abilities I think is really cool. I think it works really well for him. Also, you notice all the like sparks around him there? He has babies? Well, let's not call those Kog'Maw's babies. Who knows what they are? Oh no, I think those are Kog'Maw's babies. Okay. And the explosion. Yeah, you can see all like the lightning sparks around him there. That's my favorite so far. That was a really cool skin. Oh, even Kog'Maw has a bee skin, so Bee-Maw. Okay, let's see it. Actually, kind of adorable. I like the little wings flapping. Oh, and he just spits out bees. That's actually pretty... You know what? Kog'Maw's body type, whatever you want to say, is actually perfect for... Oh, I like the honeycomb little design there. It's literally actually kind of perfect for the skin. He's kind of bee-shaped a little, you know? It's actually just so good. So it looks like he's obviously spitting honey. I think that's perfect as well. Oh. Not him playing in the flower. All right. I don't know. That one, like, creatively and everything is honestly quite good. Oh, it's just like honey out, like running out of his mouth. That's kind of crazy. That one is, dude, I almost want to say that was my favorite. Arcanist Kog'Maw. Arcanist. Have I seen a... Oh. Okay, I immediately think he looks like several things. Kind of like a Murloc from World of Warcraft. Kind of just like an alien that you would see in like a Pixar movie. Like maybe from like Lilo and Stitch, like the other aliens in that. Just, yeah, some sort of alien is what he looks like in this. He's actually quite adorable. I'm really loving Kog'Maw's skins. They're so good, actually. Like, they're able to do so much with his... I don't know. Just him being kind of a weird void character. They can kind of just make him into any little thing that's like this. Wait, what? Did he pass out on his own potion? I'm confused. What happened? He is an Arcanist. Has there been another Arcanist skin? I don't think I've seen one. What is this? It looks like pages. Maybe there are like pages coming out of them there. Those are really solid skins that we've had so far. All right, next is Hex Tech. So then just, yeah, you're just going to make Kog'Maw entirely made of Hex Tech. So that's what you get. Oh, he looks... Okay, so again, Hex Tech to me has always looked a little similar to like Protoss from StarCraft. He looks like a robotic scarab or beetle. It really makes him look like a beetle here. Something like that. Okay, lots of blue with this one. Is it blue or purple? I think it's blue and purple, actually. I like that they changed the design here every time on that little runway there. Just makes it, you know, unique for each skin. Oh, is that like a claw trying to grab him? I was going to say. And it missed. That was a fun one. What else? Oh, we have multiple. Oh, he did a little barrel roll that time. Oh, that's him actually getting picked up. That's funny. Okay, and then he's just like, it looks like he's overloaded. Explosion kind of effect there. Got it. What am I looking at? Kog'Maw? Oh my god, it kind of looks like an abomination. It kind of looks like an abomination. What is that? And then he's spitting saliva, essentially. You know, dog saliva. I like the sound effects. Oh my god, and a tennis ball comes out. That's pretty funny. Okay, if you're a pug lover, I feel like you gotta be a Kog'Maw main or Pugmaw main. Because it's honestly perfect. Except for how much of an abomination it looks like. Because the pug head, sure, but then the rest of the body is so weird looking. Oh! Okay. Again, if he didn't look like an abomination to me, I think it'd be fine. I think the skin is good. Don't get me wrong. Oh! Don't get me wrong, but it looks wild. Okay, this has got to be, yeah, I was going to say Battle Cast Kog'Maw. It's always got that kind of aesthetic to it. So Kog'Maw now has a bunch of cannons. Wait, does that top one get used? Well, actually? Oh, so now he shoots like green missiles. Okay, so his right hand's being used there. That's cool. The artillery, right? I would think it'd be for that. That was his left hand, I think, technically. Oh, yeah, cool. Okay, so that's really cool that all of the actual guns added to Kog'Maw actually have an effect. They're actually being utilized. They're not just there as, like, a look, right? They're actually being used, so that's cool. Ah, he's like a roly-poly. Where are those... oh. Or he turned into a shrimp there a little bit. Oh, he's spewing oil? Yeah. All right, I really like the exploding deaths here. Those are actually quite cool. This looks terrifying. Jurassic Kog'Maw. Oh my god. They had a blank slate with Kog'Maw. I feel like they were just like, all right, we can do so many things with this. That looks terrifying. I think it's good. Does it look like it kind of looks like a dinosaur, but it looks so weird at the same time. It's because he has such a short body, right? Ew, what is that? I'm not a fan of like the tannish color for all of the effects, I guess. It's not my fave. It is a good skin though. It is. Absolutely. What's the recall gonna be? Oh. Oh, him chasing his tail? Okay. That's pretty funny for a dinosaur. And, okay, so this time it's just like a purple liquid, I guess. I don't know what's coming out of a dinosaur. All right. Oh my god, they're literally doing everything. Deep sea Kog'Maw. What is this called? An anglerfish? A lanternfish? Something like that? Oh my god, they're making Kog'Maw look wild. He looks so ugly here. I mean, that fish itself is not very attractive. It's very scary, though. I think that's more scary than the Jurassic skin. More scary than the pug skin? I think so as well. The pug skin just looked like an abomination. This literally looks like... I don't know. Worse, I guess. I like the water effects. I like the purple here. He glows pink as well. You know, for how much I say it's like ugly looking, it's got that going for it. And I think that makes it stand out. So that might be the regular recall, is him chasing his tail, it looks like. And same with the purple bile. So, okay. I've discovered his original little things there. What is this now? Lion dance Kog'Maw. Okay. We're going a little away from the weird things. This is a little bit more normal, I feel like. I could see, I mean, I will say it still looks weird, but I think that's because Kog'Maw himself looks a little weird. Okay, I like the firework effects. That's cool, actually. I could see this being used during, like, you know, Lunar New Year, during 4th of July, you know, many aspects for where this New Year's. I like the thought that you can use certain skins. Oh, I like those cloud effects, too. I like the idea of using certain skins during parts of the year. Just cause, you know, it's kind of a little fun thing that you can do. So I do like that aspect to the skin. Overall, though, it's like, you know, it's fine. It does look weird. And, oh, it's purple sparks this time instead of bile. I think it would have been weird if bile or liquid was coming out. What? Reindeer Kog'Maw? Come on, don't do that. Okay, well, hey, at least he's got a holiday skin. Christmas skin. Once again, he looks like an abomination reindeer. They gave him antlers, some bells, and they gave him some green. Oh, they gave him a giant red nose. How could I forget that? That actually, I think, glows red. Yes, it does. Oh, and we got some ice effects. Again, another skin that you could use during the winter time, during the holiday time. Not the best looking, that's for sure. I think it looks worse than even like the anglerfish one or the deep sea Kog'Maw. It looks a little weird. And then, okay, I was gonna say the purple, that works fine here. God, I'm so scared what's next. Every time. Oh, moth? Monarch. Okay, monarch butterfly Kog'Maw. Oh. Oh, okay, so they full on gave him... Oh, okay, when he's walking away, it actually kind of looks cool. I mean, he looks like a butterfly. He looks like a really ugly butterfly. The wings are beautiful, but the body... I don't know, man. I'm not big about bugs. Even butterflies. Like, I'm alright. You fly that way. I won't bother you. But, you know, all of these skins have been good. I can't knock the Kog'Maw Monarch skin. I really can't. I wonder what else Monarch would work on. I feel like there's some more characters that the Monarch skin could be good for. I don't know. I guess all the fairy skins are probably just a little bit more popular anyway. I'm thinking of like wings. Now, what is this? Sonoron? Sonoron? What is that? I have no idea what this skin is. Doesn't sound familiar. Like, I haven't seen another skin with that title. So, I guess I'm gonna just take it as, like, a color change. And obviously, they did change, like, his body as well. In terms of, like... I think like the actual the look of it. Obviously the colors change, but it also looks like it's a different texture. All right, let me just fast forward. Yeah, I was gonna say we basically seen that skin. What's the last one? Caterpillar. So they did a lot of bug versions of Kog'Maw. They did some bugs, and then they're like, okay, what else can we turn Kog'Maw into? Okay, so the last one, Caterpillar, they kind of, I mean, see, here's my issue with the Caterpillar skin. He doesn't actually really look like a caterpillar to me, while these other skins actually look somewhat like they, you know, were called. Like the deep sea one, the Jurassic one. This one, they just kind of gave him the caterpillar skin color. I understand it's an early skin, so totally, you know, that makes sense. All right, everybody, I want to hear from you. Do you have a favorite Kog'Maw skin? These are quite funny and quite actually good, especially these ones at the very beginning, which obviously are like our newer skins for Kog'Maw. Okay, I'm going to pick my favorite 3. It is not going to be Pugmaw. Don't worry. My favorite 3 are actually quite easy in my opinion. Now, Shanghai is very good, but realistically, Zapmaw, Bmaw, and Arcanist Kog'Maw are basically are straight up my favorite. I love the look of Arcanist. He just looks like an alien from a Pixar movie. Bmaw, like I said, he looks perfect as a bee. He literally has the bee body type. And then this one, being like a Pokemon, looks really, really cool. This one might even be my favorite, the Zapmaw. I love all of the effects that he has, and he looks really, really cool. So, all right, everybody, let me know what you think of Kog'Maw skins overall, and then, of course, let me know what your favorite skin is for him. I think they're quite good. All right, I am taking a look at the trivia for Kog'Maw in League of Legends. Let's see. Kog'Maw is voiced by Patrick Seats. I don't know who that is. Let's take a look. It looks like he's done a lot of voice acting. A ton of voice acting. A lot of anime, it looks like, too. So, all right, that guy does a lot of voice acting. Renekton is also voiced by the same voice actor, while Lucian used to be voiced by the same voice actor. Okay. Kog'Maw's dance references Michigan J. Frog's dance from One Froggy Evening. Okay, give me more context on that one if you want in the comments. Despite Acathian's surprise causing him to blow up, Kog'Maw does have a normal death animation, which can only be seen when he's being revived by Chrono Shift or Guardian Angel. Okay, so that makes sense. There is a separate like regular death animation instead of the exploding one. Acathian Surprise is one of only 3 abilities that allow their casters to continue fighting after death, the others being Death Defied and Glory in Death. Kog'Maw is the only Void-related champion without Void in his title. Oh. While idle, Kog'Maw blinks one eye at a time and sometimes spins around in a manner resembling dogs chasing their own tail. Right. I've seen that already. And then Kog'Maw was the first champion to have a joke animation, the second being Misfortune. Kog'Maw was first spotted in a screenshot from Malzahar's reveal. Maw is another word for mouth. Kog'Maw's abilities ironically make no use of his spoken of and downright self-stated insatiable hunger. Kog'Maw had his game assets used for several featured game modes. He was given a retexture and feature as a monster called the Scary Spitty Monster in Invasion. His animations were reused for the Arc Raptor and Skitterbeak monsters in Odyssey Extraction, and his model was reused for a mini boss enemy in Swarm. Yeah, I was gonna say, he definitely has that body type too, of just being able to be like a boss battle or something in some of these game modes. In one of the April Fool's Day patches, he was jokingly listed to receive a skin called Seeing Eye Cog, referencing a seeing eye dog, another term for a guide dog. Oh, okay, so really, we're all just saying Kog'Maw is a dog, apparently. A pug, specifically, based on that skin. All right, everybody, let's move on into his wiki and see if I can learn some more. All right, Kog'Maw. Let's see. Age 4 to 33 years old. He's just a baby. Yeah, that makes sense. Family, Watchers, current residence, says Shuriman Continent. No fixed abode, likely between Acathia and Amakra. Occupation, Predator, and Watcher's Servant. Okay, so what's going on here? Not much in... There is literally not much in this wiki for him. I totally get it. So I'm just going to go ahead and read this. So creation. Kog'Maw was created by the same entity that corrupted Malzahar. They show Belveth's picture here. Being spit out from the void in Shurima. He spent most of his first days on Runeterra exploring and devouring most things that he saw. He is slowly being drawn towards Malzahar. The purpose of this pull and what will happen when the two meet are both unknown. That'll be very interesting when that eventually happens. Appearance. Kog'Maw is a bipedal creature with short legs that give way to a small upper body, mostly taken up by his head. Damn. We're just saying he's got a big head, huh? The head possesses 5 backwards pointing thorns. Kog'Maw also possesses 2 very small arms. Oh, that makes sense with the Jurassic skin because, you know, like a T-Rex. Okay. He has 4 ember-colored eyes, a slightly spiked segmented body, and a cylindrical tongue that Kog'Maw can stick out at will. He has 3 toes on each foot and is colored blue on the lower half of his body and sand-colored on the upper half. Personality. Kog'Maw is a curious creature with baseline instincts and seems to have no personality or consciousness beyond that. I don't know why that's funny to me. It is not known. It's because he's a baby, right? I don't know. It is not known to what extent Kog'Maw is able to understand himself or his surroundings. However, he is aware of his creator and the destruction that will come along with the void. Kog'Maw is mostly driven by an insatiable hunger, and most of his thoughts revolve around food. Which in the trivia, it is very interesting that like this hunger, none of that has anything to do with any of his gameplay abilities. Like he's not eating anything. He's not eating anybody. There's no like Kirby-like ability, you know? All right, abilities. Voidborn. So because, Kog'Maw is a Voidborn, coming from the void to enter the material realm, because the void possess different laws of reality, Voidborn have to create new bodies from the matter of Runeterra. He has this eternal hunger, and then he's also got acid. Kog'Maw can shoot out acid from his stomach. This acid can completely disintegrate any living organism very quickly, which leaves Kog'Maw eternally hungry. All right, relationships. We don't have much. We have the Watchers. The Watchers are the creators of all Voidborn entities, including Kog'Maw, Cho'Gath, Kha'Zix, Rek'Sai, and Vel'Koz. All Voidborn creatures are part of a collective whose goal is to learn more about Runeterra and prepare for the Watchers' return. Malzahar. Kog'Maw is being drawn to Malzahar by the Watchers. The reason is not known. It doesn't know what happens when that happens. Okay, Tryndamere. This was the one I was curious about. The sentence just says, at some point, Tryndamere either interacted with Kog'Maw or at least knew of him, as he at some point referred to Kog'Maw saying, if that's just hungry, I don't want to see angry. So, you're telling me Kog'Maw's been in the game for however long, I think a very long time at this point, and you're telling me we don't actually have any reference other than if you go to his biography page, there's a quote from Tryndamere talking about Kog'Maw, but we don't have any like actual story or reference to that. That's actually kind of crazy to me. They need to close this loop. I need to know, right? I need to know when Tryndamere saw Kog'Maw. All right, in terms of content, the biography, The Mouth of the Abyss, that's it. There's nothing. No login screen, no cinematics. I don't know. I think the Void will be something that will be important at some point in the world of Runeterra. I think it's kind of taking a back seat right now, but I think Kog'Maw will be one of those that is important, right? And you know what, guys? There's no trivia as well for him in the universe. So I need you guys who are Kog'Maw experts to go on in here and update the wiki, add some trivia for this guy, all right? All right, everybody, that leaves literally the voice lines. So I'm going to dive right into that next. All right, everybody, let's dive right into the voice lines. Okay, yeah, okay, a lot of these it looks like it's not his original voice lines, but we do have some of those at least, but it doesn't look like there's much actual verbiage being spoken. I get it. He's a baby. He's a Voidborn as well, or he's a void creature or whatever. So I get it. But this is exciting. I've never heard these. Maybe you've never heard these. Let's get into it. It looks like he has reindeer voice lines, really, and then Battlecast voice lines. So no voice lines for any of the newer skins that I got to see. All right, the pick sound effect. Sounds like bile, acid, maybe.
Time to feast.
Oh, he sounds interesting.
Hunger never sleep.
There's almost like I don't know. There's a weird sound effect going on. All right, here we go. These are the moving voice lines.
No rest. We go.
We go.
Getting hungry.
He's scary.
Oblivion come.
I know I kept calling him a baby, but these voice lines.
Want meat?
Want me? Oh, he almost sounds like Gollum a little bit.
More so empty.
Yeah, the way he's talking, very Gollum-like. But like obviously like deeper a little bit. Like the voice is much deeper, I guess.
Feeding time.
But I can hear it. Kog'Maw gurgles. Ew. All right, his taunt.
Terror coming. Daddy coming.
Daddy coming? Now hold on, Daddy? Okay, obviously talking about the Watchers, but Daddy?
Terror coming. Daddy coming.
That's kind of crazy. I don't think they knew what Daddy would become as of late. All right, next.
Keep coming. Not full.
Yeah, he's just hungry. All right, now we have his joke. Okay, that's a little scary. You know, I kind of want to just hear the reindeer. I changed my mind. Laugh. All right, let's hear Kog'Maw laugh, I guess. Yeah, I was like going into that. I basically didn't want to hear it. Basic attacks, we got some gurgling noises. What does that sound like? That sounds like any throw up noise from like a cartoon, I guess. All right, attacking.
Food.
Getting hungry. Or he is hungry.
Never sleep.
Yeah.
Smell soft flesh.
Ew, smell soft flesh.
Obey void.
Ooh. Okay, so that goes in line with in the wiki, it basically says although he doesn't really have a personality, he still understands the void and its the concept of the void and like why they're there. So I do think that goes in line with the voice line there.
Leave no scraps.
Okay, let's go right into using a Cathian surprise. So this plays after his death quote. Oh my god. Yo, this is kind of nightmare fuel, actually. Caustic Spittle. Bio-Arcane Barrage is next. What do you guys think about these voice lines so far? Okay, attacking. Using Void Ooze. I hope you guys aren't eating while watching this part. That's all I'll say. And Living Artillery. Oh, I like this one. It's short. And Death Noises. Okay, that's it, guys. What did we learn today about Kog'Maw? Did we learn anything from his voice lines? All right, everybody. Well, there we go. You know, I do know of a certain other character that'll be coming up at some point eventually that also doesn't have very many voice lines either. They basically say one thing. So if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. I have not reacted to them yet. So this isn't that bad. I think this is actually fine. Look at the character we're taking a look at, right? It makes sense. He's not going to say much. Literally 90, I would say 99%, actually 99% are related in somehow, his voice lines are related in somehow to his hunger, to wanting food, to smelling food, something about his stomach being empty, right? Any relation to that, 99%. The only 1% comes from something random like obey the void or his growling, I would say. I guess the majority are growling, but I guess I wouldn't even really keep that in there. Anyway, everybody, let's just talk about Kog'Maw. So like I've been saying, I think the void will eventually be more important whenever the Watchers also become more important, whenever that becomes a giant thing in the world of Runeterra, which is clearly not the focus right now. I totally understand. So that whole thing about Malzahar and Kog'Maw also, like, you know, when that meeting or whatever eventually happens, us not knowing what's going to happen, I think that's way down the line, if not in the MMO or something. Maybe they're holding out on the Void stuff for the MMO and they're never going to do anything lore-wise. They're not going to like pick it up and move it up unless it gets put into the MMO. Who knows, right? Because a lot of the MMO stuff, you know, we don't have the game yet. If that game ends up getting scrapped at some point, then maybe they'll have to do something and actually move the lore forward. But I'm holding out in the hopes that the MMO is being made, and I could see the Void being a great aspect to that game and a great storyline in that game. So that's, I guess, my hope. Do you guys have any idea of what might happen when Malzahar and Kog'Maw actually, you know, meet up? Like, what is truly supposed to happen there? Do you guys think maybe they'll have some moment where they morph together and become some crazy another champion? I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever do anything like that. That's kind of crazy. But I don't know. We did just have freaking Xin Zhao morph into a new champion. So yeah, you never know, right? Guys, let me know what you think of Kog'Maw. Have you guys used Kog'Maw? He's been in the game for a very, very long time. So let me know if you've used him throughout the years. Can you tell me like how he's been meta-wise? Has he always kind of sucked? I just want to know what kind of character or champion he's been in in League since he's been out. You know, I can think of other, you know, competitive games like this, and I'll be like, oh, that character maybe wasn't very good like ever, right? Is he one of those characters, or is he one of those characters that kind of maybe is like niche or isn't as popular? I feel like the Void characters, I don't know how popular they are, so you guys will have to let me know about that. All right, everybody, I don't think there's anything else really. I had a fun time. I think his skins are really good. Voicelines, obviously, I would love to see more content. I would love to see more interactions between Void, like, you know, Kog'Maw interacting with other people. But to be fair, based on the biography I got, which I don't have much, there's no stories or anything. Based on what I got, I truly don't have any actual interactions of Kog'Maw with another champion. So all of this makes sense. That one thing with Tryndamere, I would love to see maybe why Tryndamere or how, whenever Tryndamere actually saw Kog'Maw, because we don't have the context to that. So that'd be pretty cool. All right, everybody, that's it. I'm going to keep doing these. I don't know who is next. You know what? Let me take a look. I know when you guys watch these, you are probably wondering what champion I'm going to do next. At this point, since I've done so many of them, I'm going to take a look right now because I am doing them in alphabetical order currently. That's based on, you know, because I've done all of the super popular ones at this point. So I'm just going through and doing them in alphabetical order. So let me take a look. Who is next? Next up is going to be Lee Sin. Now, I know Lee Sin is actually a character that is semi like a mascot for League of Legends. I see him all the time. I wouldn't say he's obviously the most popular character in League, but he's definitely one of the OGs. I see him in marketing. I see him in a lot of stuff. So that one will actually be quite interesting. So be on the lookout for Lee Sin up on the channel. I've been taking a couple of weeks to put these up at some time. So just be on the lookout for Lee Sin in the coming weeks. That'll be my next reaction. All right, everybody, if you're still here, I appreciate you being here. Do leave a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the other League of Legends reactions if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.